The simplest way I can explain our current predicament is to briefly channel my Year 9 science teacher and pretend our house is the planet.
Carbon is a miraculous building block. And for millions of years, our planet has been part of a natural carbon cycle. Some gets released, some gets stored, and if these things are balanced, then equilibrium is maintained. But since the Industrial Revolution, we've broken the balance and have been dramatically increasing the release of the Earth's stored carbon into our atmosphere. For hundreds of thousands of years, we hovered between about 180 and 280 parts per million of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. But since the Industrial Revolution, that number has shot up over 40% to more than 400 parts per million, trapping heat in our atmosphere. More than 90% of the excess heat being trapped is absorbed by our oceans. The oceans also absorb much of the extra carbon dioxide, and so are now around 30% more acidic than they were 150 years ago. And this is impacting on biodiversity, as many sea creatures, such as oysters or clams, are struggling to make their shells. But the increased heat and overall energy in the system also leads to more intense weather events. Hotter air can hold more moisture, so rainfalls, storms, hurricanes, floods, even snowfalls can become heavier. It is true that the climate has always been changing. It just hasn't changed this rapidly in at least 50 million years. Unfortunately, the increasing heat also means that our polar caps and glaciers are rapidly melting, which causes sea level rise that threatens hundreds of millions of people in coastal cities. The Earth is our collective home that we're actually renting from future generations. So we need to not only rapidly reduce our emissions, but also find ways to sequester or draw down the excess carbon dioxide that has already been put into the system. Many scientists believe that getting down to 350 parts per million would be a terrific goal.